Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Serpent. And if you do enjoy the videos, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. I want to talk to you about Vechain. Has been touched, on the channel for a little while, and it's really fascinating. It's been one of the cryptos that I've held the longest. I've been in it for a very long time, and when it comes to Vechain, I sleep like a baby because I really understand it. I understand where it's going, the vision that it's got. Now, the only reason why I have that confidence when it comes to Vechain is because I've taken the time to understand the bigger picture of what they're doing. Again, very similar to the topic that we had a couple of days ago in regards to Zilliga. It's one of those that they're building an ecosystem. They are building something big. It takes time. It really does. It takes time. And I know that it's frustrating. I get it, right? I understand, look, I want it to be today. But if you stick around and watch Vechain unfold update after update after update, even just something as the NFTs and the spin and the take that they're taking down the road of NFTs of the future for businesses. It's really interesting what they're up to. So where do we start? Well, vechain.org is the main website. I do encourage you to go on here, to check it all out, to go through the resources, from Application Hub to Developer Center, to bounty programs, to Vechain Explore, to the V-Vote, the online voting solution powered by Vechain for blockchain, the V-Research, so learn more about the research and the outcomes and what they're up to and what they do. And I'll show you, what they're up to and what that can look like. You go on there, you can read about what they're up to from a research perspective. The wallet, the syncing, the insights, there is so much to go on here. The meta transaction features of it. So meta transaction features native to Vechain for blockchain core protocols such as multi-party payment, multitask transactions, controllable transaction lifecycle, transaction dependency, make the development more user-friendly for enterprise adoption. This is the key word, enterprise adoption. Now, enterprise adoption takes time. These partnerships, agreements, the road that Vechain is taking is a long-term road. And you've already seen me mention it a couple of times today. That's because I want you to get that part. Because you could make a huge mistake. Say, for example, right now, the price that it's at right now, let's say it doubles or triples in the future. You're like, wow, that's so cool. I've tripled my money. I'm out. See, I see Vechain as so much more than that. If you stick around, can it get to $1? I do believe there will come a day that it will reach $1. Can it get to $2? I actually do think that there will come a day where it will reach $2. When? You and I don't know the answer to that. If we knew the answer to that, let's just say we would be pretty well off. What I do know is that the ecosystem that they're building, the advantages that they have over other blockchains out there, are significant. The fact that Vechain is lower than Solana in the top 100 is ridiculous to me. It is absolutely ridiculous. It is a far better blockchain, more proven, better in all aspects, right? But this is how early we are into the crypto world. And so it's really important to pay attention to these kind of things because it is, in my eyes, it is undervalued. It is an undervalued blockchain out there. And make the time this weekend, right? So less Netflix and more researching into Vechain, what they're up to, how they go about it, what they do, how it all works. So I'm telling you, you're going to like what you see if you take the time. Is it the sexiest blockchain out there? Probably not. Is it like a cool project? Zilliga is very cool, right? It's very now, esport and this and that. Vechain's more like corporate and boring. There's nothing wrong with corporate and boring because long term, I think this thing is going to go really well. It's got an outstanding economic model. Outstanding. And so vechain.org, First place for you to look at. Then go to the socials and start to look at what they're up to on the socials, what that looks like. This was pretty big. This announcement that has been made as an integration partnership is really, really big. And so you can see Vechain talk about it here. And I'll bring it up in a second. Announcing the integration with the US-based logistics software company, Orient One. By integrating Vechain toolchain, Orient One provides a seamless blockchain onboarding experience for clients while delivering a revolution for supply chains. That is big stuff. Then follow the Twitter account. Follow an alarm bell. Stay up to date. UFC and Vechain announced historical global partnership. That was like back in June. With over 900 million households across 175 countries, VET will receive unprecedented brand asset integration. And I completely agree with that. It is the first layer 1 blockchain to partner with the UFC. This was big. They do lives, to stay up to date with the community. And I think overall, where Vechain is going long term across multiple different industries, right? From supply chain to, saving the oceans, to car manufacturing, to house, the real estate market. There are so many different things that Vechain is going to be applied for that it's just a matter of time until this thing starts to take off in a very, very big way. So when you've done researching the website, going through the socials, making sure you stay up to date and all that, it is time to read the white paper. It's on the website. You can go through different sections. Is it, again, hard to digest? Yes, it is. It is hard to digest. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's not the friendliest of things to understand. It does take time. It is quite, heavy to read. But take the time. Honestly, be professional and take the time to read it. We spoke about, UFC, Layer 1 partnership. Big stuff. Vechain Foundation is proud to pioneer cutting-edge blockchain applications. In a strategic alliance with Supply ME Capital, they're building a new kind of inventory monetization system utilizing NFT technology, stablecoins, and Web3. These are the kind of news to stay up to date with. This is what it's all about. Now, when we talk about future and what can that look like on the Vechain blockchain, we'll look at like Amazon and Vechain will enable carbon management services. So when you are researching about Vechain, it's important to understand, okay, which verticals are they going to go towards and who are the competitors when it comes to that? They're the key things to ask yourself. So in the world of carbon management services, there's no blockchain out there that is currently doing things at the scale that Vechain is doing. Now, climate change, climate management, these are all things that are here to stay. Like, this is not going anywhere, right? It's only going to get more and more. And Vechain is going to be right in the middle of all that. And that in itself is very, very important as we look towards the future. Because at the end of the day, we're investors. We want to know, is this project going to succeed in the future? My answer, based on my own research, yes. Now, again, it's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. But I think Vechain, from a long-term perspective, is one to hold. That's just, from my own research. And like I said, I've held Vechain for a very long time and will continue to hold it for a very long time. I see it as something really, really valuable to hold long-term, not just in the short term. Now, of course, Orient One and Vechain announced integration partnership. Look into that, understand that. This is recent news. It's only been out for a couple of days. Research what that's all about, how that works. So, where do we go from here from a price action point of view? Of course, we will talk about that. But here, the CEO of Orient One said, when it comes to blockchain and supply chain, there is only one game in town, and that's Vechain. No other entity can compete with their low cost, rapid deployment, and ease of use. I mean, they are very, 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 very powerful words. Now, where does the future? What does the future look like for Vechain in the long term? Like I said, can we see it go towards $1? Can we see it go towards $1.50? Based on recent history, to me, I I see a future where we do hit $1 to $1.50. I do. I do. I look at it long term and the partnerships that they're making and where they're going, and I can see that happening. Now, again, we don't know when. Where it gets a little bit tricky with Vechain is when people start to talk about $3, $4, $5, and $6. Well, if you look at market cap, market supply, and everything, I think that's very dangerous to talk about those type of numbers. I think that's I certainly don't see that happening over the next couple of years, put it that way. And again, I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, great, right? And we're all going to be very happy to see it at $6, but I just don't see that. Like, I see $1.20, $1.50. I do see that. I also see that we're about to break out of here. And once we do break out of this pattern, it is going to start the bull run for Vechain. Now, keep in mind that we still have a little bit to go here, right? But this is the kind of pattern that it's making at the moment. And so what's the homework, right? I mean, read into it, understand it, read the white paper, go over the website, understand the partnerships that it has, the partnerships that it's looking to create, and just where it's looking to position itself in the long term in the crypto world. And if you did learn something new today, then don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. As always, thank you. Look forward to see you on the next one.